Hey everybody, it's Jody again. Today I'm gonna talk to you about the parts of the guitar. Just have a few sitting out here just so we can see some differences and see different manufacturing, different cuts, that kind of thing. Okay, this one I have here, this is actually a friend's guitar. It's an Epiphone Les Paul. Okay, so we're going to start with the headstock. The headstock is this wooden piece that is basically the head of the guitar if it was sitting like it is right here. If you were looking at it, this would be the very top piece, so it's called the head. Now these pieces, the actual piece you turn right here is called a tuning key, because it actually lets you access the tuning machine and you turn it like a key, so you call it a tuning key. Now these square pieces that the tuning key is attached to is called the tuning machine, because it's the mechanized piece of your tuner. So tuning key, tuning machine together makes a tuner. The next thing you'll see as we work our way down would be the truss rod cover. A lot of them have like an engraving or something on them, like this one says Special 2 on it. It's just a little plastic piece. It's mounted on by some small screws, and what it does is it covers the truss rod. That's why it's called a truss rod cover. So you take that off, and underneath that will be the end of the truss rod, which you use to adjust the bow of the neck. So if you ever decide you need a truss rod adjustment, which I wouldn't advise doing if you've never done it, that's how you get to it. Here you have the nut, which is the plastic or metal or wooden or bone, whatever material it's made out of on your particular guitar. Like I have another guitar right here that has a Floyd Rose on it, and it is a metal nut. It just holds the strings in place at the top of the neck, so that they have the appropriate string spacing. Now I'm going to grab another guitar to show you the difference in the necks, because it'll be easier for you to see. Let me get to this one. Okay, on this guitar, the neck is this piece, the full length between the headstock and the body. Technically this back piece is what you would consider the neck. Now if you look here, you can see where it turns from maple on this side to the brown rosewood right here. The rosewood, which is the brown wood, is called the fingerboard. Called so because that's the part where your fingers are when you're fretting. The metal bars on the neck are called the frets. Most of you know that. The dots, or whatever shapes you have, like I have an Ibanez right here, and it has the sharp tooth inlays, which is just a different shape. The dot itself is called an inlay. It's used for fret mapping, so that you know what fret you're on without having to count the actual frets. Okay, now we're to the body, which is where we'll have some more differences. The body can be made out of different woods. This is a basswood, basswood, basswood I think is the proper pronunciation. This is a basswood body. It has a little different tone than other guitars, because it's a basswood. Most cheaper guitars are made out of basswood. This one is actually basswood. Let me grab this other one. This is the Ibanez. It is, I believe this one is an alder body. Most Fender is made out of alder as well. And it has a different tone characteristic than basswood. It's a little bit higher, so that's really the only difference in that. Okay, now for this guitar, the pickups, I'm going to use this one to describe it because it's easier to see. The white pieces here that actually pick up the vibration of the strings and give the guitar sound. are pickups. These are humbuck pickups, which a humbucker is basically two single coils on top of each other. And they're called humbuckers because they give a lot less hum than single coils. And we'll go into tone differences and stuff like that in later videos. This guitar is the one I used for my guitar lessons. Has 3 single coil pickups, just so you can see the difference in the pickups. Let's see. Around the pickup, the black pieces on this guitar are called the pickup mounting rings. It's just a plastic ring that screws onto the body, and then the pickup screws onto it from the backside. These silver nuts here, screws, they're just they adjust the pickup height. This is how your pickup is actually held to the mounting ring, or these 2 silver screws. You can screw it either direction and it'll either bring the pickup closer to the strings or take it further away. And that's for both pickups. Here you have the bridge. Also a lot of variation in bridges. This is a Floyd Rose bridge, which I don't really like it, but that's what came on the guitar, so I get over it. You have your volume and tone knobs, selector switch. Back on this guitar, I don't actually have it, but there would be a cavity cover here, a plastic panel that covered the tremolo, and it's just a back panel. Then this is a cavity cover. It's just a plastic piece that covers the back cavity, which is where all the electronics are housed. Then here, these are the neck mount screws. This one has just ferrules. It's a metal insert that goes into the hole to keep the screw from going into the body. Now this one has ferrules there, and if you look at this one, it has a neck plate, which is a metal plate that you just put over and line up with the mount holes, and then screw the screws through it, and it serves the same purpose as the ferrules. It keeps the screws from digging into the body. And this one does have the back tremolo cover on it, so that's what that looks like. Now on this guitar, this is a string through body guitar, so here you can see, if I get the glare just right, you can see where the strings will go through the body. And in each of these holes there's also a ferrule, just like in the neck of the other guitar, and it keeps the strings from digging into the body when you're tightening them. Your jack, this is your input jack right here, the part with the nut around it. On this one it's a silver input jack, and then this is the jack plate, is this black piece, and really all that does is you have a nut on both sides of the jack plate that hold the input in place, and then the jack plate just screws onto the body of the guitar. It keeps you from having to have the perfect size hole for your input jack. Only thing left are strap pins or strap buttons, whichever you prefer to call them. There's one here and one here, and that's just where, of course, your strap hooks up, depending on if you're using strap locks or you're using standard strap pins. So that's the pieces of the guitar. I'll be looking at in some future videos. We'll break down further some more intricate details of different necks, different tuners, different bridges, pickups, and that kind of thing. So be looking forward to that. Until I see you again,